Hey, Gringo HODL, what time is it?
It's non-fungible time. Welcome to the show. We're your hosts. I'm Gringo HODL, and this is LeDrop with Cheese. Welcome to the metaverse. So, Joey, I heard you went to NFT.NYC recently. How was that? Tell me about it.
Yeah, so good to see you again, Gringo. Hello, everyone from the metaverse. Yeah, I was in NFT NYC for 5 whole days, the big cheese and the big apple, running around to Web3 events and getting as much content and coverage and learning as much alpha for our community is really what I was doing out there. Is what's the good project? Why your project? Who are you as a founder? And it's so decentralized that you can talk to anyone. And ultimately, I got to say, first and foremost, address the elephant in the room. It was really dead for NFT NYC.
Really?
Yes. Wow. So the only
we're early, everyone.
Yeah. So this is my third NFT NYC. And then, so like 3 times ago, it was fucking crazy. Like there were hundreds of events, satellite events, everything was packed. You had to wait in lines. It was nuts. And it was like during the boom, right? In 2021. So everyone was loaded and just acting the fool. And then last year's NFT NYC was a lot more serious builders, definitely less tourists, but it was still pretty busy. There were 400 satellite events last year. And this year there were only 183 total satellite events. So less than half. But it was a lot of fun, man. I met so many great people out there.
So what's some alpha you can share with us, man?
Hell yeah.
What were some really cool projects that you learned about?
Yeah, and one thing that you'll kind of understand, but when you start going to these conference weeks, I know Dean, you and I have been to a couple already together, but you learn about these, like, what makes your project special, your team, right? That's what I care to know about. And one of the projects that I was most impressed with, they had an amazing party too at a nightclub that had a great outdoor area, but it's called Samurai Saga.
Oh, and that's a play to earn game, right?
Yes, and they are well funded. They have a great team. Their developer is like so excited to be with this project because from the developer point of view, they're tired of just jumping to different projects that go under. They want stability too. And This guy, I love Samurai Saga. Their plans are huge. They're actually building a blockchain specifically with the purpose of gaming.
Wow.
So, and then they're building a restaurant in New York City that's all Samurai Saga, and there's like a really posh gaming area for you to play. Like it's a super dope plan that they have from start to finish. And when the developers love the project, so do I.
Absolutely. That's a good sign, and especially like if they really believe in decentralizations, sometimes that's hard to find in the space these days, which is interesting. So that sounds like a great project, man.
Yeah, you should check it out because the graphics are like ridiculous.
Yeah, you mentioned it to me. It looked really cool, man. Me, I love play to earn gaming. So
hell yeah, man, it's the future. And you're right at the forefront of it. Trailblazer.
Trying. You as well, man. Everyone, welcome on the journey with us.
Yes.
There's some good alpha for you. What's it called again?
Samurai Saga.
Samurai Saga. Okay, that's the alpha. Cool, man. Thank you.
Yeah, and then another project who had an event the exact same night as, so Samurai Saga, one of the other things I left out, is their party was hosted by a couple members of the Wu-Tang Clan.
Oh, wow.
Wu-Tang, and they perform live. It was pretty dope, but a couple of their members, or Wu-Tang itself, is creating music for Samurai Saga, and they are part of the ownership of that project.
Wow, that's cool.
So they have, when I think about, what's this NFT project? What's their anchor? Like what is it anchored to? Why should we care? It's, Wu-Tang. It's anchored to Wu-Tang, this game. this restaurant, this blockchain for gamers all in one project is pretty badass.
Yeah, absolutely, man. That's exciting. Yeah, I'll have to check that out. Actually, it's already on my watch list because you texted me about it before. So yeah, I'll check it out.
That's what we do, man. We share, we text each other great alpha and what's dropping. I did pick up a stork today on Quid.
Yeah, nice, man. Yeah. I love Quid, man. I had to. I saw the ARC, what is it, New Horizon, that drop. They're definitely gamifying it. So Joey, I think we called it. It's looking like they're gonna make a game. And this is the next step in that, is the stork drop. It's pretty exciting. Actually, currently, as of the time of this recording, I'm first on the leaderboard for the ARC second drop, New Horizon. So yeah,
yeah.
I love Quid. And how cool is that? Like, Quid followed us and they liked our video on Quid before. So that's exciting, you know, because they're great projects. So it's, yeah, it makes us feel like we're part of the family.
Yes, I do. Quid, thank you so much, guys. Appreciate you.
Shout out Quid.
You got spoiled, man. I've been doing content and interviews and people don't even watch my stuff. And then me and you.
Oh, they will. It's just, it takes time, man.
Yeah, but then you start this brand new show and out of the gate, you know, the marketplace is like, great job. Yes, we like what you're doing. You know, it's like immediate vindication for what we're doing here.
Absolutely. It's exciting, man. I love this space.
Yes. And so on a couple more alphas. So we'll say that the Wu-Tang party we'll give them the award for best party. All right. And most impressive project that I got to talk to the people that are actually building it. And then so later on in the night, we went over to Game House in Queens, and it was a Sky City party, and they partnered with Bridger, and I got to meet Ill Kills. Shout out to Ill Kills, you the man. Sky City is an NFT collection based around a community that is spearheaded by Tony Dofit, and he's a big time music producer. He's won a lot of awards, sold millions and millions of records. His royalties are the anchor for the Sky City NFT collection. So by being a holder, you will get paid royalties from what he has done in his career. And he's basically passed on to this community that he's trying to build out and onboard musicians, artists, and we still have to do it traditional way. It's, you know, but like, we're going to do it traditional way and show you how we're going to also do it in Web3. So I love that collection. I mean, it's a great utility to have. And it's like, when people say, put your money where your mouth is, he's like, I just did.
Nice.
So
that's good alpha. And what's it called again?
Sky City.
Sky City. Okay.
Yeah.
That's the next alpha. Awesome. And anything else, man? You got a little more for us?
Yeah, I mean, I could go on all day here, but I will just hand out another award to the best activation that I saw all week was by Algorand. Really? So they did like a one day, all day kind of thing. They had breakfast, lunch, dinner, happy hour, but they had about a dozen projects in the Algo house, you know, in Manhattan. And it was a swanky spot, real nice, free drinks for happy hour, free lunch, free breakfast. You know, it was great. But I got their POAP. I was able to mint a hot dog from a famous artist. I can't remember his name offhand, but that was super cool. And then I got a domain name, an Algo domain name, like LeDrop WithCheese.algo, you know, like. And then I got an NFT from a couple other projects, and I got their POAP that was the Algo house that looked really cool. So like going there, you were able to collect and learn so much about what they have going on in Algorand. And they're basically just like a high speed, high efficient, kind of economical for lots of transactions kind of blockchain. So, but they have a lot of projects, and me and you should start collecting on Algorand because now I got a few.
Yeah, the only NFTs I would have that would be considered Algorand NFTs would be the FIFA World Cup, you know, the official FIFA World Cup NFTs that were on Algorand, but it's ran like it's a Web 2, you know, front. So you just go on the app and or the web page even, and it's just, you know, you don't even know it's on Web 3, just running in the background. You can use your debit card on there. That's the FIFA Plus Connect or FIFA Connect Plus. It's pretty cool. I have some of the Cristiano Ronaldo World Cup. I think they're epic, possibly, or even rare NFTs on there. So I like those. Those are pretty cool. So.
Hell yeah, man. That is awesome, bro. I mean, he's the greatest, right? Well, him and Lionel Messi, right?
Yeah, definitely. Oh, and Messi. Speaking of Messi, I sent you a picture of some of my NFTs on Eternity. Eternity has those Messi jerseys and some other NFTs. So if you're looking for some alpha, you know, if you're interested in some other, you know, blockchain gaming or even just different assets in general that are potentially assets in game, Eternity has other collections like wearable hoodies that can be used in, I think, Decentraland and probably Sandbox as well. So there's some interoperability there with Eternity NFTs. So some of the jerseys, like I have some other soccer jerseys on there, or football, sorry for any international listeners. But yeah, so they have a lot of really good NFTs on Eternity. And I know you as well, Joey, LeDrop with Cheese, you have some NFTs on Eternity, is that right?
Yeah, I checked, I only have a couple. And I actually wrote an article about the Shaquille O'Neal NFT drop.
I have one. I have one of those epics. I didn't send you a photo, but I have one. Yes.
Hell yeah, man. I mean, he's a legend, right? And he's still a legend, most recognizable human on earth, right? But he was doing this drop, and I gave him a good review on what he was doing with it, because it was still so early when he dropped that, you know, and we're still so early now. But Eternity definitely has a lot of cool stuff to collect.
Yeah, I love it, man. I have DeLorean. It's like this 3D NFT. It is one of my favorite NFTs. It is beautiful. It's yeah, it's on Eternity. I hope it ends up where it's playable in one of the metaverses like Decentraland or Sandbox. That would be amazing. But regardless, I just love the NFT, so I'm gonna hold it for a while. And speaking of DeLoreans, Back to the Future NFTs on VEVE, or VEVE, however our listeners pronounce it. But VEVE, they have Back to the Future, the DeLoreans, and they have some of the 3D ones with the, you know, the doors that go up like wings. I know we were going to talk about VEVE. It's kind of a good segue into VEVE. Recently this week, I was on there, kind of dusted off the wallet, and I got one of those Lamborghinis, the Lamborghini NFTs, the Lambo, and it's 3D as well. You can open the doors and look inside the interior. So that was pretty cool. And Joey, I know you collect on VEVE as well. What are some of your favorite NFTs on there?
Yeah, I got onto VEVE, I want to say like 2 years ago, like April of 2021. And I thought it was the coolest friggin' marketplace at the time. You know, every OpenSea was hot, Top Shot, Nifty Gateway. You know, we had all those at that time as well. But I'm like, oh my God, these are augmented reality collectibles that you can actually use in real life in AR. Like, it was just mind blowing, right? So I loved it right away. And I do have a DeLorean on there,
Yeah.
and I pictures in my driveway and out and about town, you know.
Oh, I love
really
the
cool.
utility. Yeah, the Lamborghini that I bought, it is augmented reality as well. You know, I have the Star Trek Enterprise from the Next Generation. You know, I put that outside on the patio before. That was interesting. So yeah, I love VEVE. They have amazing NFTs. Like I love the comic books on there as well. Like I was early to those Marvel #1s, and you know, and then even the 3D NFTs like we were talking about, the augmented reality with Superman. Those were cool, and Spider-Man, and so many cool NFTs on there. I love VEVE.
Yeah, it's great stuff. And like Disney got rid of their metaverse team of 50 people, I want to say like what, a month and a half ago at this point.
I believe
And
so.
Disney put a lot of NFTs on VeVe and not really any other marketplaces. And if they don't come back with any NFTs, these are like definitely digital relics, you know?
Super rare. Yeah.
Yes. One
Scarcity
like,
goes up.
yeah, one era, whole bunch of NFTs from the biggest brand with the most loyal fans in the world, arguably, you know, it's
Oh, absolutely.
now's a good time to get on VeVe and pick up some Disney NFTs. I'm not a financial advisor, but that's what
Not
I would.
financial advice, but we invest in VeVe. We enjoy it. So I love it.
Yeah, and one of my favorite collections on there, and they have so many different little things, is James Bond. You know,
Yes.
big Bond fan.
I
And
have some as well. Yeah.
yes, those things are really cool. The posters, the interactive things, just I love what they did with being able to collect some significant movie pieces, you know, that are
Yeah.
augmented.
Yeah. I have Bill and Ted, their movie posters. I think I have Jaws. There's so many cool collections. The United States Postal Service, they did stamps on VeVe, the very first NFT stamps in history. I picked up some of those a while back. So anyone else, like big movies are on there as well. I mean, we said Back to the Future. There's Black Panther. I got one of those NFTs. That's cool. There's the Superman, the original. There's the Spider-Mans, like I said, Thor. There's all these cool NFTs. I just love VeVe. So
And the favorite movies of my lifetime are Star Wars, Ghostbusters, Back
yes,
to
and
the,
those as well. Yeah.
you know, and it was like perfect lining up. Like, how do we get the people that collect physical items into the NFT world? It's like,
They
oh,
got
lead with
us.
Wars and Ghostbusters and our favorite movies. Yes. Yep. I'm
They
in.
got us. They got us. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it, man. Yeah.
Let's talk pricing a little bit on these, you know, because if you're not familiar with VeVe, they operate in what's called an OMI coin, OMI, right? And it's
E-Comey, right? Yeah, but the symbol is OM. Yeah. Oh
and
my.
all their NFT collectibles or augmented reality NFT collectibles are paid in this OMI coin, which is basically one OMI coin for $1, right? That's
One
still
gem. Yeah.
one gem for $1. So some of these NFTs, I was looking this week because I wanted to be prepared for this episode, but you were talking about the stamps from the post office. Like you can get some of those for under $3.
Yeah,
You know?
they're so cheap. And during the bull market, they were very much higher than that, let's say. So
Yeah. And some of the other items, you know, the more they have different categories, right? They have their common, uncommon, rare, epic, super rare, right? Is
some,
that
I
all?
think they have legendary as well, don't they? Some of them. Secret rare
Secret
is how
rare.
they call legendary. That's right. Yeah, that's the highest rarity. Yep.
Yeah. So secret rare is, you know, the most rare, the fewest editions, and the most expensive. And then the commons are the least expensive. But the floor price varies vastly depending on what collection you want to get in on. Because, like I said, the stamps, $3, you know, you can get in. But like a Star Wars common or something like a Kylo Ren lightsaber, you
I
know,
have one. Yeah.
yeah, these items will vary depending on, you know, how cool they are. I feel, right? It's like the floors are all over the place for the commons.
Oh yeah, it shows that it's subjective, a lot of the value as well. You know, it's like the old saying in trading cards, it's worth what someone's willing to pay for it, you know, and that's part of what drives the market on VeVe. It's a true free market in that sense. But they it's interesting as well, you know, some of the other collections eventually could lead. I mean, VeVe, remember they're talking about launching a metaverse. That was the rumor. Just because Disney's ending, you know, their metaverse doesn't mean VeVe is. VeVe could still continue. So the metaverse could be built. And a lot of these assets, then they have extra utility. So that's the interesting part about this as well. And yeah, it's just still, it's so early. These floor prices are similar to whenever I first got in VEVE. Are you noticing that? It's a great time, in my opinion, not financial advice, but great time to accumulate. That's why I got that Lamborghini. The Lamborghini, there's 1,000 ultra rares, and I got one of the ultra rares. I forget, it's in the top 30%, let's say. It was about $200. So that gives you an idea. That's a very rare NFT, some would say. You know, that's the colloquialism in the industry is the Lambo. Everybody wants the Lambo. Well, you can get your own Lambo in in the metaverse on VEVE. So yeah, that's interesting.
And I agree. Now is a good time to get in, because I was looking at different NFTs and what the floors look like. And yeah, there are some really low floors right now. Like everything's on sale. So now's a good time to buy. And you know, Dean, Gringo and LeDrop are not financial advisors, but you know,
no, we're not, but we just are avid NFT collectors and enthusiasts. So we're going to share what we love, what we own. We don't give financial advice. We just share what we enjoy in this space. And, you know, speaking of that, recently this week as well was a big week for me. You know, a lot of these Yuga assets, they dropped in price, you know, and Ethereum dipped about 10%. So for me, I just kind of aped in some of the other side stuff, some of the other side NFTs. And another one to watch for is heavy metal. The heavy metal game, it's going to be like a workshop. It's a Yuga Labs NFT, 30,000 in the collection. I ended up picking up a Knight. It's kind of the mid tier in the rarity, I would say, but that's going to be a playable game separate from the other side and from the Legends of the Mira, or Legends of the Mara, that is, for the other side. But I could see where they all merge at some point. You know, just complete speculation, but I can't see how else Yuga Labs will expand the membership of the Bored Ape Yacht Club unless they have different tiers, for example, at some point, let's say. And I think heavy metal could be one of the tiers. There's 30,000 in that collection. I think the Mutant Apes have 20,000 or maybe 15,000, I forget, but then the Bored Ape Yacht Club is 10,000. So at some point, I imagine there were a lot of unhappy Bored Ape Yacht Club members that at one point that realized that the membership was diluted by adding on the Mutant Ape Yacht Club membership to the Bored Ape Yacht Club. So I could see where Yuga Labs, otherwise, you know, I could see where they expand, that is. Otherwise, the Bored Ape Yacht Club will just simply be basically billionaires and multi-millionaires, literally. And then the occasional person who was early or just got lucky. But it's just in general, that's one way I could see they expand the membership for the Bored Ape Yacht Club. And then the lore is that for heavy metal, the mechs or the mechas, the robots, they're going to be transformers. They're going to transform from, they're like a box to begin with, and they're going to transform in the metaverse. But that's what's going to happen with those, but they're dynamic NFTs. So it's going to be based on your decisions, how you can actually build the rarity and improve the NFTs. So that would be a good way to connect the Bored Ape Yacht Club, the swamp, because the lore says the rift, the space-time rift for these heavy metal mechs, these robots, it opened up just outside the Bored Ape Yacht Club, the swamp. So this is actually, the heavy metals are actually part of the Bored Ape Yacht Club universe or metaverse, however you would like to call it, not the other side. However, that could be how they connect, because in the other side, this is some alpha for you. We're not alpha, actually, just complete speculation as a holder of other deeds and other Yuga assets. I believe it could be where this is how you connect it, or maybe the mechs, the robots will be sidekicks, because there's a clue that I found. There are some special artifacts for the other side that are mecha pieces, and they look just like the art with heavy metal. So is that what Yuga is going to do? I don't know. It's just speculation, but that could be what it is. And so that the space-time rift would be between the Bored Ape Yacht Club and the other side of the metaverse. So that's what I see. It could be going on with that. So that's why I decided to go ahead and ape in and grab a heavy metal mecha robot that will transform. I'm going to play that game, the Evo 1. It's just got moved up to May. So anyone listening that's into the other side or into Bored Ape Yacht Club or any of that. So that's kind of exciting. So this was a big week for me in that regard. I am really excited. Such good deals on Yuga assets as well, if anyone's interested. So
Well, congrats, man. Hell yeah, bro. I mean, you're
thank
spec
you.
so far in this year that we've been talking about NFTs quite a bit. You really haven't been wrong about anything, honestly.
Well, I mean, I'm speculating. I enjoy this. This is the game for me. Like, I could have completely just sat back with a bunch of crypto and just wrote out the bear market for the bull market, but I couldn't do it, man. I just love the thrill of NFTs. This is where the challenge is. This space is where the real challenge is. You know, you start in crypto, and then it just feels like you want to step it up and challenge yourself and just learn a whole new skill set and a different mindset. And it feels like crypto is like the prerequisite to kind of get into it if you can in general. And so it's exciting. You know, I love this space, and I will continue to just research and invest. And Joey and I, LeDrop with Cheese and I, we will just share any alpha we can with you all. And yeah, just thank you so much for joining us. Welcome. Join us for the next episode on non-fungible time.
Yeah, I want to leave them with 2 more little pieces of alpha from NFT.NYC, and then we'll call it. It's been a great episode. We both learned a lot. I hope you guys did too. But the best in real...
Here's the bonus alpha. Bonus alpha.
Bonus alpha. Woo! Yeah, so the best NFT activation, not activation, I guess, like experience, immersive experience, was by MetaBlaze. And that
that looked cool, man.
Other play to earn game. And what they had on site was this fully lit up room with, it looks like you're in a spaceship, and there's 8 different clues that you had to solve. And like to succeed, you had to scan a QR code hidden somewhere on a wall that you couldn't necessarily see, but you had to look for an object based on clues in the game that they made you download. And then you run through it. Should take you about 10-15 minutes, but it was so cool to like have an immersive experience like that. And the game itself looks cool. I like what they're doing. Check out my video for that. But the other thing that I just want to tell everyone, and you as well, obviously, Gringo, is that I sat front row at the Tezos Summit and watched the 2 men talk about how they got the California DMV to put their car titles onto the Tezos blockchain.
Wow,
and
cool.
They're basically created. Tezos is like eco-friendly. If you're not familiar with that chain, I would recommend you look into them, because they have a government entity. And the reason why they put the car titles onto a private blockchain is because during COVID, they didn't have the special paper to print car titles. So they needed another solution, and Tezos is that solution for your car titles. So if people don't care about NFTs or don't want to be involved, well, if you live in California and you own a car, you own an NFT now too. So
great point, man. Everyone will own NFTs in the next 5 years. So get ready, people.
Yes, whether you like it or not, you got to learn, and you might as well learn from us, because we got a few years experience in the game, and we'll at least tell you what we think is the right play.
Absolutely. Come on the journey with us. Thank you for tuning in. See you next time on Non-Fungible Time.
All right. See you, Gringo.
Bye, Joey.